Hey, what's up, everybody? And it's not often that I get to fangirl 2 days in a row. Yesterday, I was fangirling over Julie Gollub, and now I get to fangirl over Sarah Hauptman and some other dude. I forget what his name is. But anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Both of you are two of my absolute favorite people on earth. So thank you for being who you are, for everything that you do for the training community and just for humanity. Not an exaggeration. I
That's big.
totally mean
That's
that.
that's big.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll take it, but
That's a lot. We're not, curing diseases over here.
Depends on the disease. I don't know. That might be arguable. But anyway, I will turn that over to you and let you introduce yourself. So for those who don't know, please, whichever one of you wants to start, go ahead and introduce yourselves to the TACCON world.
well, thank you so much. We are really excited to be part of this again. You want to?
Hi, I'm John Hauptman. I'm the owner and founder of Philster Holsters. We started making holsters 10 years ago after our kind of hobby YouTube channel about how to form kydex and get good results out of that turned into a overwhelming custom operation. And over the years, we've invented different things and changed how the business runs. And you might know us from the Enigma and from our growing second phase of our YouTube channel, which has transitioned from teaching people how to make holsters to teaching the world how they work and how to use them.
Fantastic. Love it.
And I'm Sarah Hauptman, John's wife and the other half of the Filster team. Yeah, we're super excited to be part of this again. I think we have a really good lineup this year, and I'm excited to bring this to the TACCON community.
Awesome. So I was only half kidding when I said that you guys are like curing disease and stuff, but I really do honestly think that the kind of very practical techniques and considerations and factors that you guys bring to the surface for regular everyday people, including people that may not be training junkies and may not have immediate access to all of the depth of information that some of the, the TACCON regulars may have, that's just priceless. It really is, not just for folks learning how to conceal, but just for being safe and for whatever dent we can make in those horrible headlines of accidents and things like that. So again, I'm sorry to fawn over you guys, but it really is genuine and comes from the heart. So with that, I will transition to your TACCON block because you are giving us all another little teaser of all the great expertise that you provide so generously, by the way. Thank you for that as well. But tell us what your block is this year on concealment challenges.
So this year, so in previous years, we focused a lot on the theory of concealment and how concealment works. So we're going to include that again this year for folks who haven't seen it, because there's a lot of folks who are new to this. So we're gonna touch on that briefly, but what we're excited about this year is we're going to do more case studies and more challenge studies. So I think that's going to be really helpful because a lot of people are like, they put the holster on and they're like, this isn't right. Something's not right. And they might not know how to articulate it or what the problem is, but we've all seen those challenging cases. It seems like some people just have an easy time concealing and others really struggle. So we're going to break down why that is, and we're going to share some of the insights that we've learned over helping thousands of people to conceal over, the past decade that John's been doing this. And we're going to demystify some of that. So it'll be fun and it'll be story time. And it'll also be educational. And I hope it will help people with some of the practical real life factors of concealment.
Yeah, I mean, from a end user perspective, it's really helpful to have a process that you can follow, right? So the same way that we look at someone who's a really high level shooter and we say, okay, what are they doing and accomplishing that causes them to shoot this well? And then you reverse engineer it. Well, they've got a particular kind of grip, a particular kind of stance, particular kind of sight picture, and a particular kind of trigger press, right? They're applying the fundamentals in a particular way, and we can reverse engineer that, and you can, you know, uh, use bits and pieces of that to improve your own shooting. Concealment isn't a mystery of guesswork where you have to luck into success. When you look at someone who is fully successfully making their pistol invisible, X number of things have occurred, and you can reverse engineer that into a applicable, transferable process. So from an end user perspective, we love handing people the process. From a instructor perspective, if you're out there teaching people, maybe you're teaching new concealed carriers, maybe you've got a pistol training program, maybe you teach a lot of CCW classes. Knowing that process and knowing how to work that process with another person keeps them engaged, because I think what happens really frequently is that people love shooting. They go to the range, they find a community at the range, they take classes, they find a community in their classes. But when it comes to carrying a gun, that's something you do by yourself in a frustrating, lonely, isolated, trial and error kind of way. And that's where people take exit ramps out of this. They give up on concealed carry, and since they're not carrying their gun, they don't feel motivated to continue their training and education. If we can turn the process of making your gun disappear into something that is repeatable and practicable the same way shooting a pistol is, then we keep them engaged. And also the thing that we hear all the time is, oh, well, you just have to get used to it. And, just get used to carrying your gun and you'll stop thinking about it, which therefore somehow means that no one else will notice it either, right? Learning to ignore your own gun doesn't actually make it disappear. And as we know from anything else, you don't just get over stuff. If you have a fear of driving, you don't get over it by driving more. You get over it by developing a command of the skill, right? If you have command over the skill, then you have confidence about what you're doing. And that's where you learn to kind of be comfortable carrying a gun, as well as physically comfortable as a result of applying the skills and techniques.
Yeah, it's not just a matter of willpower or like muscling yourself through the discomfort. Discomfort comes from your gut, and you should listen to your gut, and you should be in the habit of listening to your gut because it tells you valuable information. So if your gut's telling you something's not right, okay, let's break down how do we fix it? How do we master the skills? And that's what makes you comfortable. It's not just like, we'll just get over it. It just doesn't
right.
work like that.
We have that conversation all the time. And like, ultimately, it's like, okay, let's say you have bad posture, right? You don't say to somebody else, oh, well, no one cares about your posture. No one's noticing it, so you shouldn't care about it either. No, what you do is you just sit up straight and develop better posture. You can't count on nobody noticing it. Oh, get lucky that nobody cares isn't a transferable strategy, right? And we're empowering people by giving them a transferable process that they can use to get better at a thing that they care about being better at.
It's a perfect way to describe it. You're absolutely empowering people, including people like me. One of the reasons I admire you two so much is because I totally relate to everything that you all said. And I'm not one of those people who came out of the womb knowing how to do this and it just always came naturally. I really had to work at it. And I spent a lot of time early in my shooting career thinking that I was just wrong, like I was doing something wrong or I hadn't acclimated well enough yet. And so to have my gut instincts validated by professionals who say, well, it's not, there are techniques to this, and here are some other things you can do. And what if you change this or move that? It really has been, and continues to be eye-opening for me. And I'm pretty confident that I speak for countless others who are forever grateful to everything, to you all, for what you've brought to this community. So thank you again. And I apologize to everybody saying, oh my gosh, what a what a admiration fest. But it's true. I just think the world of you guys, and I can't tell you how lucky we are to have you at TACCON. Unfortunately, our schedule is so packed this year that we weren't able to repeat your class, which means everybody listening to this video, do not miss John and Sarah's class, right? So don't miss it.
Well done.
Yep. And just from a practical standpoint, we highly encourage you to participate in the class. You don't need to know anything. But what we want a lot of different people and a lot of different challenges and body types so that we can go over some of the unique challenges that people face. And if you want to participate, just make sure you don't have your gun on.
Yes.
Because we're going to do it with glue guns.
We're going to repeat that. We're having this class in a tent. If you want to participate, don't bring a gun because we're not handling guns in the tent, and we're not going to take everyone down to the range and interrupt somebody else's class and have you all kind of haphazardly unload your guns.
Yep.
Show up without a gun. Please, you
And-
want to participate. We'll bring holsters. Yep. We'll bring blue guns. You don't need to bring anything.
Just bring yourself and bring your smile.
Perfect. I love it. Thanks. We will be sure to reiterate that in the Facebook group. And of course, you all know any help that you need from the TACCON crew. Don't hesitate. Let us know. We've got your back as always. All right, folks. Well, I cannot wait to see you in Dallas. I'll give you both a great big hug, just like I always do. Looking forward to it. Until then, stay safe. Keep smiling. I'll see you soon.
See ya.